channel, or welcome if you're new. If you are new, hi, I'm Cora. Check out the description box below for links to all of my social accounts as well as my website, corashay.com. And let's get into the video because today is the spring edition of my date ideas series. I'm breaking this video into two parts, which is outdoor spring date ideas and indoor spring date ideas. Do outdoor first, and the first one is a spring picnic. When I think of spring dates, this is absolutely like the thing that I think of. I will link below the basket and blanket thing that we got a few years ago, and it is so fun. The blanket is awesome because it's like resilient to different substances like sand, dirt, things like that. It doesn't actually get onto you where you're eating then. I'll link that below. Check it out for your spring picnic dates. Number two is to visit a farmer's market. I definitely do recommend doing a little bit of research on your area. If you're somewhere a little bit more rural, you may only have one farmer's market in the area, or if you live somewhere a little bit closer to a city or in the suburbs, things like that. A lot of times every single suburb has their own farmers markets, so you can like farmer market hop or try different ones different weeks. Number three is to go on a vineyard tour. If you are lucky enough to have one super close to you, then this can be like a casual spring day, or if you need to make a little road trip out of it, then do that, like a little weekend trip. They'll just depend on whatever is closest to you and what works for you, but this again is for anyone who is 21 plus. It doesn't have a date where you get to try delicious wine. Number four is a little cheesy, but it's cute, and that's to watch the sunrise together. It's nice to get outside on those mornings where it's actually nice for once and you can hear birds chirping and waking up, and it's such a romantic setting and it's so sweet. Number five is go to the zoo. It is absolutely one of my favorite date ideas. We are lucky enough to live pretty close to a major zoo. Even if you don't live all that close though, it is definitely worth the trip because going to the zoo is not just for kids. First off, a lot of zoos now have you can drink while you're walking around the zoo, which is fun. But even if that's not something you're interested in, it's still fun to go see the animals and just experience a date where you can feel like you're young again. Number six is take an afternoon hike. I like that this one doubles as your physical activity for the day. Have a cute date, spend some quality time together, take in some beautiful scenery, and get your exercise. Number seven is go picking wildflowers. I would like to preface that you should not just go to some random field without knowing who owns it and to start taking their flowers. If you have a nature area where you either own or you know who owns it or whatever, do that. Or you can always look for pick your own flower exhibit fields near you. There's a lot of times where you can go to actual fields and pay for a basket and you can pick your own flowers. Number eight is go get ice cream. Ice cream dates are always fun. They're yummy, they're delicious. Something I recommend doing to make this a little bit more fun is to try an ice cream shop that you've never tried before. Number nine is find an outdoor concert or play. I know that where I live, a lot of the parks, different acting groups and things like that will put on plays in the park outside. It could be like a full-fledged concert, or it could be like a free local concert, anything like that. Get outside, get some fun entertainment, and just sit on a blanket and enjoy the weather. Number 10 is attend a local festival. This is absolutely one of my favorite. Of course, this is with the preface of if it's safe where you are and with everything with the pandemic, but I love festivals. I love getting involved in local events. I think that it's so fun. If you live in maybe one suburb, check out the suburbs around you because chances are that somebody has some kind of festival or town days or something like that. 11 is to go biking together, and you can always make this into more than just a bike ride. You can bike to go get ice cream or go get food in general, or bike to go pick wildflowers. You can combine this with a lot of other things. It gets you outside, it gets you in the fresh air, and it gets you your exercise for the day. 12 is pick strawberries or any other seasonal fruit, so go fruit picking. You're going to want to do just a little bit of Googling for the region you live in and the seasonality of the fruit, and you'll be able to get a better idea of what fruit you can look for picking. And then if you search pick your own strawberries near me or pick your own blueberries or whatever near me, you'll be able to probably find some farms within an hour or so of you where you can go and you can pick your own fruit, and then keep this date idea in mind because I have some ideas for it later on in the video as well. Number 13 is try a new coffee shop, and new is the main word there because I think it's fun to go and try new local coffee shops. They don't have to necessarily be new, but new to you. And try a different drink than you normally get. Just have a little bit of fun. It's great to support local businesses and local coffee shops, and maybe you'll find your new favorite coffee shop. 14 is visit a flea market. If you have never been to a flea market before, be prepared. This is another one where it's going to depend on the pandemic whether or not it's safe. A lot of flea markets are outside, which makes it obviously safer. But if you've never been to a flea market, I definitely recommend trying this because you're going to be in for quite the adventure. Even if you have been, it's fun. It's a fun date. It's so much fun to walk around with your significant other and see all the cool things that you can find. Highly recommend. 15 is have an Earth Day date. I definitely think that if you can do this, you should. You can plant a tree with your significant other, volunteer to do trash pickup or recycling of some sort. Just get involved. You can do it either like with a group and community-wise or just by you and your significant other yourselves. Regardless, have an Earth Day date this year. 16 and the final outdoor one is to find a local botanical garden. I am like the biggest botanical garden person. I just think they are so much fun. I can spend hours walking around in them. This is absolutely one of my favorite dates, if not like my favorite date overall, like not just like seasonal or in this video, just I love botanical gardens. So if you've never been, try to find one near you. If you are lucky enough to have a couple near you, you could do, multiple dates and compare them or anything like that. Have fun, check out a local botanical garden. Super, super, super recommend this. Now we're going to jump into the indoor spring date ideas because everyone should be able to have a date even if you're staying inside. Number 1 is to bake a seasonal pie together. Do you remember earlier when I said keep in mind your fresh fruit? Well, you could make a whole weekend of it, and like if Saturday is nicer and Sunday isn't, like weather-wise, you could go picking strawberries or whatever fruit on Saturday, and then on Sunday you can make a pie with the fresh picked fruit that you collected yourself. Number 2 is to plant a windowsill herb garden. I think that this is so fun. I will link below the one that I got for my fiance below that we love. It's super cool. It's like you don't need to have all that much natural, you don't have any natural light. So that if you are in an apartment or anything like that and you don't have very much window space or natural light, it works too. But I think this is a really fun idea. You could also do this for your like Earth Day date as well. Number 3 is to make your own ice cream. If you are unable to go to an ice cream date or you just like want to make your own ice cream, get a maker. I'll link one below. They're not that expensive anymore and they're so much fun. You can make healthy ice cream. You can make like weird flavors of ice cream. I started doing, I thought of this idea and started this because a local ice cream shop stopped carrying my favorite flavor and I was like, I can make that. I can make it myself. So recommend this a lot. Have fun with it. Number 4 is to paint your own planters. Have you ever gone shopping for planters for your plants? Like the pot planters? They can be so ridiculously expensive. You can be environmentally friendly by going to a thrift store and getting, pots that have seen the better days there and then upcycling them yourself, paint them. There's like so many TikTok videos and Pinterest tutorials and things like that on how to do this. So definitely look there for some inspiration, but I love this idea. It's so fun. 5, make each other spring cocktails, another 21+ one. And I think that it's really fun. I actually think it's really fun to do this as a competition. If you've watched my videos, you will know that I am a decently competitive person, and I think that making competition challenge dates are very fun. And I think it's fun that you could each make like 2 or 3 cocktails. Obviously don't drink them like all at once, like, you'll get sick. But make 2 or 3 cocktails and throughout like the afternoon, evening, and try them and taste each other's and see who made the better cocktails. Number 6 is so cute. It's a breakfast in bed date. Thing I definitely think that you should try to do if at all possible is open the windows for this and just like really do it on like a slow morning where you can open the windows and hear the birds chirping and eat your breakfast in bed and just have like a slow spring morning. Number 7 is do a spring themed paint and sip night. This is another date idea that I think is fun year-round, but you can make this one spring-themed by doing a spring-themed actual picture. I found a bunch of really cute ones on Amazon. I will link those below as well, and definitely look into those. They're like $8. This is a very inexpensive at-home date that is so much fun. And the final indoor date idea is to do an indoor camping night. Depending on where you live, it may not be warm enough to actually go camping outside in the springtime at night, because it does, at least where I live, and I've always, different states I've lived in, it's always like a little bit too cold to be outside all night during the springtime. So have an indoor camping night. You don't have to necessarily set your tent up inside if you're not feeling that ambitious or you don't have one. And you can do just sleeping bags and make a little fort in the living room, put a bonfire video up on the TV, roast s'mores in the oven, anything like that. Alright guys, I hope that this video gave you some inspiration for some fun spring date ideas. I hope everyone is staying safe out there and has a great one. Bye!